just being a man is
hard.
It is very hard, but you have to be a boy first, and then you outgrow those childish ways to become a young man, and then you become a full-grown man. Sometimes when we look at people, we looking at a boy thinking he a man. His age don't depict if he's a man or not. The experiences and the life and the wisdom and the things that they went through push you on the status of a man.
Welcome back to the Retrover channel. Follow for more videos like this. Let's get into it. The Beckham family feud just flipped into another wild chapter, and this time the reaction came from a seriously unexpected corner of Hollywood. According to the Mirror, American rap legend Snoop Dogg, the same guy who DJ'd the over-the-top 2022 wedding of Brooklyn Beckham and Nicola Peltz, has finally broken his silence on the tension tearing through the famous family. The fallout is now gripping the entire Beckham clan, and it's getting louder by the day. The drama exploded earlier this month when Brooklyn Beckham, 26, released a scorching public statement accusing his parents of being controlling and manipulative. Multiple UK outlets say those claims crushed any real hope of a quick family reunion, turning private tension into a full-blown public mess. As celebrities quietly pick their sides, the Mirror reports that Snoop Dogg has made his stance crystal clear. The rap icon is standing firmly with Sir David Beckham, the former England captain and global football legend, calling him more than just a friend. He calls him family, speaking directly to the outlet. Snoop didn't mince words, saying, "David is my boy." He added, "We've been friends for over 20 years now." The rapper pointed out that they've watched each other's kids grow up, stressing that David has always stayed locked in as a true family man. No matter the fame, the trophies, or the spotlight, Snoop made it clear that for David, family has always come first. Extra attention is landing on Snoop Dogg because of his key role at the now infamous Palm Beach wedding. According to the Mirror, the rapper DJ'd Brooklyn Beckham and Nicola Peltz's star-studded ceremony, a celebration that insiders believe quietly marked the real starting point of the Beckham family split. What was supposed to be pure luxury and love quickly became a turning point behind the scenes. Still, the West Coast legend, now 54, a father of 4 and a proud doting grandfather, made it clear he hasn't given up hope. Snoop openly said no family is perfect, while pointing out that intense public attention only makes private struggles hurt even more. Even so, he insisted the love inside the Beckham family is still there and hasn't disappeared. As the Mirror lays out, Snoop and David Beckham's bond goes back decades, stretching across music, world tours, fashion, brand deals, and even television. David famously appeared on Snoop Dogg's reality show Fatherhood back in 2007, right after signing with LA Galaxy, locking in a friendship built on fame, family, and deep mutual respect. The rapper has also shared that he sent David unreleased tracks for honest feedback and teamed up with him on Adidas Originals campaigns. In past interviews cited by the Mirror, Snoop made it clear he's always respected David, not just as a global sports icon, but as a committed husband and hands-on dad. The feud itself reportedly heated up in the tense lead-up to Brooklyn and Nicola's wedding, and this is where things really cracked open. According to the Mirror, Brooklyn allegedly accused his mother, Victoria Beckham, of hijacking his first dance and behaving inappropriately during the reception. Explosive claims that the Beckham family has never publicly confirmed or addressed. The moment that should have been pure celebration allegedly became a pressure point no one could ignore. Brooklyn didn't stop there. He went on to accuse his parents of controlling his life, making it clear he had no interest in reconciling anytime soon. While the spotlight burned hot, David and Victoria, along with Brooklyn's siblings Romeo, Cruz, and Harper, have kept things dignified and quiet. UK media reports note the family even reunited publicly in Paris without Brooklyn, a move that didn't go unnoticed. Meanwhile, Brooklyn seems set on proving that life keeps moving forward. As the Mirror reports, he and Nicola were recently spotted at a high-end Beverly Hills dinner, openly showing affection and posting moments from a luxury getaway. The trip reportedly included a bottle of rare dessert wine said to be worth around £17,000, sending a loud message that they're locked in their own same world, no matter the noise swirling around them. Behind the scenes, sources close to the situation say the divide now feels deeper than a simple family disagreement. Insiders quoted by UK media suggest communication between Brooklyn and his parents has become limited, with messages going unanswered and attempts to smooth things over quietly stalling out. What once looked like a temporary rift now feels like a long, uncomfortable pause with no clear end in sight. At the same time, David and Victoria Beckham are reportedly leaning into their public commitments and professional projects, keeping a composed front as the drama plays out. Friends of the couple say they're focused on stability, routine, and protecting the wider family from further fallout, especially as the spotlight keeps circling. The strategy appears simple: stay calm, stay private, and avoid adding fuel to an already intense situation. Observers also point out that Nicola's role has become a major talking point online, with fans dissecting every appearance and post. While there's no public blame assigned, speculation continues to swirl about shifting loyalties and changing family dynamics. For now, all sides remain tight-lipped, letting actions speak louder than statements. One thing is clear though: this feud isn't fading quietly. With every public sighting and every reported comment, the tension lingers, leaving fans watching closely for the next unexpected move. Online chatter around the Beckham rift has gone into overdrive, with fans breaking down every post, every appearance, and every silence. Comment sections are flooded with theories, but those close to the family say much of the noise is pure speculation rather than fact. Still, the pressure of non-stop attention keeps pushing the situation further into the spotlight.
I done removed all of the things that I was taught as a kid, because now I'm teaching out of a different book of love. It's still the same thing they was teaching, but it's love. And when mama was beating you, you didn't feel love. You felt that pain like, damn.
Right.
When's she gonna stop?
Right.
But afterwards, you could feel the love. But if you take the beating out and just instruct with love, then I think you elevated the family tree.
Yeah.
And that's what I do as a parent.
Sources cited by UK media say David Beckham is especially focused on keeping things respectful and contained. Friends describe him as calm but deeply affected, choosing private conversations over public statements. Victoria is reportedly taking a similar approach, staying locked into her work and family routines while refusing to engage in online drama. What stands out is how carefully the younger members of the family are being handled. Romeo and Cruz have avoided addressing the situation publicly, and Harper remains fully shielded from the chaos, with insiders stressing that her privacy is a top priority. The family appears united in protecting boundaries, even while emotions run high. Meanwhile, Brooklyn and Nicola continue presenting a tight front. Their social media shows confidence, closeness, and a shared lane, signaling that they're standing firm together amid the noise. The divide may be quiet, but the tension underneath is still loud and impossible to miss. What makes this situation even messier is the silence on all sides. No joint statements, no calm sit-down interviews, and no public olive branch in sight. Insiders say behind closed doors, emotions are still raw, and trust doesn't bounce back overnight, especially when so much played out in the public eye. Industry watchers note that the Beckham name has always been built on unity, image control, and staying polished under pressure. That's why this rift feels different. It's not just personal, it's public, emotional, and impossible to fully contain. Every move now gets analysed, from who shows up where to who doesn't get mentioned at all. Sources also suggest that timing is making things worse. With packed schedules, global travel, and non-stop commitments, opportunities for real conversation keep slipping away. Distance, both emotional and physical, is doing no favours here. Still, people close to the family say this chapter isn't finished. There's a belief that once the noise cools down and cameras move on, space for healing could finally open up. Until then, the tension hangs heavy, and the Beckham feud remains one of the most talked about family divides in the spotlight right now. What's really keeping this story alive is how carefully everyone is moving now. Every appearance feels calculated, every post feels intentional, and every silence feels louder than words. Media insiders say the family is painfully aware that one wrong step could turn a quiet pause into another heavy headline storm. There's also talk that trusted friends are trying to act as buffers behind the scenes. Not messengers, not mediators, just steady voices urging patience instead of pressure. According to UK reports, no one wants this situation handled through interviews or social media clapbacks, especially when emotions are still running hot. Publicly, the Beckham brand remains polished, but fans can sense the strain. Big smiles, red carpets and luxury events continue, yet the missing pieces are hard to ignore. The absence of Brooklyn from family moments keeps sparking questions, even when no one says a word. For now, the story sits in limbo. No dramatic showdown, no sudden reconciliation, just distance, restraint and unresolved tension. And until something shifts, the world keeps watching, waiting to see who breaks the silence next and how this family story finally turns the page. What's becoming impossible to ignore is how time itself is changing the situation. As weeks pass without visible progress, insiders say the distance is slowly becoming the new normal. What once felt like a temporary clash now risks settling into something far more permanent, and that reality is hitting harder behind closed doors. Observers close to the Beckham circle say emotions are complicated, not explosive. There's disappointment, frustration and a lot left unsaid, but no desire to turn this into an all-out public war. That restraint is deliberate, even if it leaves fans reading between the lines. Meanwhile, Brooklyn's independence appears stronger than ever. Friends describe him as focused on building his own identity separate from the family legacy and fully committed to his marriage. Nicola remains by his side, projecting unity and confidence as they move through elite social circles without hesitation. Still, those familiar with the family insist the door isn't locked forever. They say love doesn't disappear overnight, even when pride and pain get in the way. For now, the silence continues, the tension lingers, and the Beckham feud stays suspended in uncertainty, unresolved, closely watched, and far from forgotten. As this saga drags on, attention is starting to shift from what was said to what happens next. Industry insiders say the real turning point won't come from interviews or headlines, but from actions taken quietly behind the scenes. A single private meeting, a shared event, or even a subtle acknowledgement could change the entire tone overnight. Sources close to the situation suggest that both sides are feeling the weight of expectations. The Beckham name carries history, image and pressure, and that makes every decision feel heavier than it should. No one wants to be seen as backing down, but no one wants permanent damage either. Public reactions remain split. Some fans back Brooklyn's push for independence, while others stand firmly with David and Victoria's long-standing family values. That divide keeps the conversation alive, even as the people involved stay silent. For now, nothing's resolved. The distance remains, the optics remain tense, and the family continue moving on separate paths. Whether this ends in reconciliation or a lasting divide, one thing is certain: the Beckham family story is still unfolding, and the next chapter could land when least expected.
Oh, Aaron, I gotta look at you. I gotta talk to you. I gotta get you to like me. I gotta know who your parents are. I gotta know your movement. I gotta really get involved with you before I can get involved with you. Over here, I can just send you a couple of pictures, a couple of lines and shit. Now we expecting to do some things.
Right.
Based off of these few words.
Right.
But in real life, you gotta earn that.
I agree.
And I feel like this is the cheat code, is cutting all of that out.
Now the spotlight is shifting toward upcoming milestones, and that's where things could really get uncomfortable. Birthdays, major events and public appearances are all looming, and each one brings the same quiet question: who shows up and who stays away? Insiders say these moments carry more weight than any statement ever could. Friends close to the Beckhams believe these crossroads force decisions that can't be dodged forever. Skipping one event is easy. Skipping several starts to send a message. And right now, every absence feels louder than words. At the same time, Brooklyn and Nicola appear completely locked in. Their public presence stays confident, polished, and intentionally separate. There's no sign of hesitation, no hint of regret, just a clear focus on their own lane and future together. David and Victoria, meanwhile, continue presenting strength and unity. Those around them say they're playing the long game, staying patient, protecting protecting the wider family and refusing to let emotions dictate public behavior. The tension hasn't exploded, but it hasn't faded either. It's sitting there, unresolved, waiting for a moment that could either heal old wounds or deepen the divide even further. Behind the polished appearances, sources say emotions are still simmering, not settled. This isn't loud chaos, it's quiet frustration, the kind that builds when things go unsaid for too long. Insiders claim there's a strong desire to protect reputations on all sides, which is why everything feels so tightly controlled. What's also drawing attention is how carefully the narrative is being managed. No leaks from inner circles, no emotional posts, and no surprise quotes popping up online. That level of discipline suggests everyone understands just how fragile the situation really is. Fans continue dissecting body language and timing. Who congratulates who, which milestones get acknowledged, and which moments pass with silence. Those small details are now doing the talking, whether anyone likes it or not. At the same time, people close to the family say there's still respect beneath the tension. Hurt exists, but so does history. Decades of shared memories don't disappear overnight, even when distance creates new walls. For now, restraint rules the moment. The story stays paused, the pressure stays high, and the next move, whenever it comes, could shift everything in an instant. At this stage, the Beckham feud has moved beyond shock and into something more complicated. It's no longer about one comment or one moment. It's about pride, boundaries, and unresolved emotions stacking up over time. That's what makes this so hard to untangle. Insiders say both sides are standing firm, not out of anger, but out of self-protection. Nobody wants to feel dismissed, controlled, or misunderstood, especially with millions watching from the sidelines. That pressure turns even small gestures into risky moves. What's striking is how much is being left unsaid. There are no clear villains, no public apologies, and no official timeline for healing. Just distance, patience, and a wait-and-see approach that keeps everyone guessing. Friends of the family suggest the next breakthrough, if it comes at all, will happen far away from cameras and headlines. No announcements, no dramatic reveal, just quiet steps towards understanding. Until then, the tension remains. The Beckham family continue forward on parallel paths, carrying history, hurt, and hope all at once, with the world still watching every step. For now, Snoop Dogg's message couldn't be clearer. Loyalty matters, family comes first, and time might still be the only thing capable of easing these wounds. But with the divide growing deeper and the tension playing out in public, the Beckham family drama shows zero signs of cooling off anytime soon. Lines are drawn, silence is loud, and every move is being watched. What do you think? Is this just a rough chapter or a lasting family split? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown eye-opening, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share this with anyone following the Beckham drama. Stay locked in, because this story is far from over.